Good evening, everyone. So, before I start up with my speech, I want to thank you all for coming here today. And I also want to thank the parents, the teachers, and also the friends who are also here. Because today is really like a special day for me. And I would like to say it's like a treat for me since this day is my matric year. So I don't want to go throughout matric with stress. So thank you for coming. What makes a great leader? Now, that's $1 million question. Being a leader is not about standing in front of people, commanding them, go there, do that. But it's also about being part of the people. When you lead with the people. Don't stand in front and expose yourself as the main guy. I would like to greet you all in one name. Good evening. Being a leader is not a one-way path, but it is a road of many roads. It leads to success and greatness. A leader is a strong person in 4 areas, talking about mentally, spiritually, physically, and emotionally. We don't want crybabies. They are also strong in a sense that they are not afraid to take risks. They are always curious about finding new stuff and learning new stuff. And they are also good at asking questions. Now, no one asks questions like I do. I remember in every session we had, every time when we were asked if anyone had a question to ask, well, you can guess who had the questions. And in most people's reaction, they were like, oh, Collin, no, here we go again. But guess what? I have no questions today. The Famhealth-NMMU Youth Leadership Academy has taught me more than I could have ever asked for. It taught me to be committed, honesty, and the ability to lead. And most importantly, as Dr. Gavin always say this, you must learn to appreciate. I would like to thank Dr. Gavin for everything that she has done, not only for me, but for everyone and also the previous youth leaderships who were here. Being alongside Dr. Gavin has provoked my mindset in a way that challenges my way of thinking and also being prepared for anything. Like for example, at school, I was nominated as one of the prefects, and we have to do this interview. So first of all, I went to the other guys who were prefects before me, and I asked them, so what questions are they gonna ask me? Are they gonna ask me, is my favorite food this or that? Are they gonna ask me, do I play sport? I don't know. And guess what? They all told me their own different stories. But here's the thing. When I went to the interview, it was all different, very different, and I was shocked. But the good thing that I had was that I was a member of this program, and I knew what exactly to do. And just recently, Dr. Kavena shared his story, his life story, and of all the many things he said, I have this in mind, like always, it kept on ringing, even now, while I'm still standing here. He said that never let your situation determine your future. So in life, we know that there is always black and white. There is always right and wrong. So there's always negative and positive. So people will come in different areas, angles and stuff. And in most cases, those who are so positive to you are fewer than those who are negative to you. So he said that you only have 2 choices. It's either you choose to get up and continue, or you choose to be put down by what people say. So I would like to say thank you for those kind words, Doctor. And coming to Dr. Amber, she shared this wonderful session with us. And then she was telling us about being a good leader, how you should look into more deeper things and facing challenges. And this one thing that she said was that if you are lazy, and that word can only be found in the dictionary of fools. And, and I would also like to thank all the presenters who were with us during the all those different sessions. And I would like to thank Mrs. Gathia, Remy, and Lorianne Hafke and the others. They did a really wonderful job. I mean, taking pictures. Just when we were watching the slideshow, I didn't know they took a video while I was dancing. I never knew. And lastly, I would like to thank all the 2019 Youth Leadership pupils for staying committed and also sacrificing their weekends. First of all, I'm a soccer player, and at school I do all sorts of things. So most of my Saturdays, they either call me or I go to a match. So one of the hardest things was saying to my soccer coach, sorry coach, I can't come this Saturday. I have this youth leadership program. And there was this time when he was like, where is this youth leadership program? And I said, no, it's in Galvindale, by Costing. And he was like, okay, it's fine. Whenever we play a match, you just go wherever you have to go there in Galvindale, and then they're gonna place you into your position of the game. And I was like, wow, coach, but that's unfair. And then now, the most important thing was that I had to either choose to continue with soccer or to come every Saturday at Famhealth. But guess what? I came here every Saturday. In conclusion, I would like to say a quote that I saw on our 2019 program. It says, enthusiasm is caught, not taught. Thank you.
All my leaders, and you are all my heroes. In conclusion, I would like to say thank you for educating me. Thank you for teaching me how to be a great leader. I would most definitely use all of this as a stepping stone to achieve greater things in my life. Thank you, Dr. Governor, for even starting this program. Thank you for Laurie Ann, Galthia, and Laura for being here with us on Saturdays. Thank you for all the facilitators we had. Thank you for everyone. Thank you to my fellow leaders. We had to sacrifice our time. Thank you very much. Thank you. So I didn't choose any. And this is what I want to share with you tonight. You shared with me your stories, you shared with me your knowledge, and you shared with me your tears. There is no greater honor in sharing this with you. You have shown me that even in struggle, there are many parts of being an amazing human being and being an amazing leader. You all inspired me with your courage to fear the tide, to face the tide, with your hand to face the uncertainty. Most of all, unimaginably, you showed me that even if you come from a poor family, there is so much goodness in this world. That the realness behind imperfection is beautiful. The hope you gave me as leaders gives me hope to push harder for my dreams. It gives me hope to move further onward in braving on in life. This is me appreciating each and every one of you here tonight. That I would not stop, I would continue to lead. For you, I appreciate each and every one of you, and to my fellow leaders, please let us never leave our hearts. We had a tough year last year, we had grade 11 and we had the academy. We also had other things, we had church, we had family, but yet here we are tonight and we push through. Thank you guys for that.
Educators, good afternoon parents as well as facilitators. I'd like to just bring up and observe a session at which was facilitated by Latifa Bruce. She mentioned about the mind as a powerful source, which struck me quite hard and got me thinking a lot. And I'd also, while I'm at it, like to apply what Mr. Conrad Isaac mentioned about the heart, at which we have to protect it, and it is the most important thing within our system. Well, part of me doesn't agree with it. Well, when it comes with power, I would say it's the mind. Because the mind, it could be our enemy, it could be our friend. Well, all we have to do is we have to control it and not let it control us. For emotion is the main thing at which is our downfall. Because let's consider Thomas Edison conducted 1,000 light bulbs before having one to work. Yeah, quite a lot. Well, by the 50th, he could have thought, I'm done, I don't want to go any further. But in his heart, he felt that he couldn't go any further. But in his mind, he knew that he could go forward and he could move on. Hence, let's not let our emotions sabotage what has to be done. because our emotions is the one thing that brings us down. And secondly, I also like to observe another session which was facilitated by the lovely Amber Anderson, Dr. Amber Anderson, and she mentioned about purpose and ethics. And I'd also like to mention an incident which took place a couple of months ago with me. I managed to get into a conversation with a really old man. He looked like ancient. Well, yes, and what he mentioned to me, what he asked me was, young man, could you tell me what NIGHT stands for? Well, I told him, of course, just do it. And could you tell me what Adidas stand for? I couldn't understand the back one as well. And another thing he asked me was, what do you stand for? I couldn't answer, which I felt rather cranky, I could say. Yeah, and which also got me thinking that we each stand for something. It's, of course, we have to find out why and what do we stand for. And as youth, as future leaders, we have to tell ourselves that if we want to achieve a dream, there is 3 options in life. We either give up, we give in, or we just simply give it all we've got. And us as future leaders, I could say we have given it all we've got. And I can tell you, we have left our mark. If it's not enough, then we will move forward. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Groenewaldt and I'm a student at Sanctor High School. The Youth Leadership Academy has taught me invaluable lessons, and it has aided in improving and expanding my leadership skills. And today I would like to share some essential lessons that I've learned with you. Firstly, as leaders, we have challenges and we have to tackle them. And here at Famhealth, we were motivated to solve problems by firstly assessing our situations and then also adopting the mindset that every challenge presents us with the opportunity for greater achievement. Because as Henry Ford once said, don't find fault, find a remedy. And then secondly, synergy as a team, working together. As leaders here at Famhealth, we've learned that we need to communicate effectively and also listen to the feedback from our team members. And then that also helped us to embolden each other's dreams and ideas as well. Thirdly, as a leader, we have to be able to venture into the unknown, to take a step out of our comfort zones. Because even though it might be slightly uncomfortable, it can push us to achieve our goals that we never thought were possible. And fourthly, something that I've learned a lot from Mr. Governor is that we need to remain humble, because humility is a vital attribute to leadership, as it also displays that we are open to recognizing our own faults. And then by doing regular introspection, that can also not only help us grow as leaders, but as individuals. Lastly, as a leader, we have to make a lot of sacrifices. And this momentous occasion represents all the Saturday session sacrifices that we had to make that has now culminated into this wonderful graduation ceremony. To all the presenters and also Dr. Governor, thank you for your words of wisdom, for guiding us by your examples, inspiring us with your passion, and then also for leaving indelible imprints in our lives as future leaders.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Leigh. I attend Groenewaldt Secondary School. During last year, being at the YLA has taught me quite a lot of things. Giving up our Saturday afternoons was a big ask, because I know a lot of us had a lot of things to do on a Saturday like me. Every Saturday I attend dancing from 9 to 1 in the afternoon, and at 2 o'clock I had to be here. So I found a way to come and give up my Saturday afternoons just to be here. I am so thankful to all of you. It was really an amazing journey. The 3 sessions that I enjoyed during last year was building meaningful relationships, gender and sexuality, and also we went on an excursion to Erika House. When I went, it was very sad to see a lot of children that don't have homes, they don't have families, they don't have parents, and they depend on each other. So when I went there, I told a lot of my fellow Young Leadership Academy students that I couldn't be inside because it was too sad. I think at one stage I went out and then, I don't know, I can't remember who was with me, but when I went out, she told me that I should come in, but I must embrace myself because I couldn't handle it. It was too sad. I also want to thank my teacher, Leigh, for allowing me or choosing me to come and join this Young Leadership Academy. It was an honor, ma'am. I learned a lot from you and from Dr. Govender, Ms. Kelty at the back, and Laura, who I don't see her, but yeah. Also, I would like to thank Dr. Govender for giving us a very inspiring session when we came. I really enjoyed it. Thank you for everything.
I would like to thank everyone for being here and celebrating this special day at YRA. So, as you all know, we as Youth Leadership Academy had the best year of our lives. Because, I mean, being here was the best of all. Meeting all these amazing speakers and friends that become family and all that. Yeah, okay, back to the speech. Okay, the journey at YRA wasn't easy, but it was worth it. My third sessions I enjoyed at YRA was gender and sexuality, meaningful relationships, and the session with Buddy Paulson. Sorry, Uncle Buddy Paulson. Okay, so I enjoyed all of them, but those three stood out because those were the sessions where I learned to grow as a learner and a leader. So, I've learned that being a leader is to set an example to help others, as John C. Maxwell said. A leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. Whereas leaders took that, whereas YRA leaders took it and made a success. So, lastly, I would like to thank you all for being here. I know it's not easy giving your Saturdays up and being in this dangerous area. But yeah, I would like to thank you all for being here. I'm nervous, guys. I would like to thank you all for being here, joining us, and making a success. Dr. Govender, I would like to thank you for everything. Okay, I'm done.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Karen, one of the triplets. I'm from Bezuidenhout High School and also part of the Youth Leadership Academy. Okay. So, firstly, I want to thank Dr. Govender, Aunt Kelty. You really rock. Thank everyone for being here and supporting us through the year. Basically, I knew nothing about how to be a leader, what to do, and how to do it. When I came here, it was like, okay, what am I doing here? I didn't know anything. So, came to class every second week maybe. Learned about self-confidence, public speaking. I'm very bad at it. Yeah, I just want to thank everyone and thank you for always being ready for us. Thank you, Uncle Buddy Paulson. Stuff you said about dreams and stuff. Basically, my sister, I think she stole something I said, but yeah. But yeah. Thank you for inspiring us and for all of the people that's been here. I just want to say, everything you said, it's not like, I know sometimes it seems like we don't listen, but yeah, you guys really inspired us. And lastly but not least, thank you, Dr. Governor, for everything.
Good afternoon, everyone. So, as you all know, I'm not on the WhatsApp group, so I did not receive the message. I had to put, to account 3. Sorry, I'm very nervous. Okay, I'm gonna start. Last year, starting with grade 11, I heard from a friend that attended the Youth Leadership Academy, and I heard a lot. So then, it took me and my crazy little sisters to run to a life orientation teacher to ask her about the program. She then told us that she knew about it, but some of the kids of Berkeley might dropped out and did not come, so she wouldn't ask us to come when she knew we wouldn't come. So then, me and my sister still ran to her every day when we saw we went to her and said, "Ma'am, we wanna come." And after all, we were chosen and we are. Coming to the speech, I've heard about leaders and goals and every other etiquettes and everything. But yet, I did not know what a goal was, how to achieve your goal, and how to become a leader. But yes, as I've came here and was having this beautiful and most amazing moments with all of you guys and the learners, I really want to say, you really became family, because sometimes there was times where we really did not know each other and just walked past, but in the end, we know each other and we're more connected to each other. So yeah. Sorry. The 3 sessions that stood out for me was social media by Miss Away to Factoria. I was not here, but still I asked someone and I heard from it, so I knew. And then it was based on first aid by Theo Smith, and the third one was Purpose and Ethics by Dr. Amber Anderson. But out of all the stuff I've learned was by my uncle Buddy Paulson that stood out and stood in front of us and said, "Dare to dream." And that's when I learned that we cannot be dreamers, end up being dreamers, because we can dream all our lives but never achieve our dreams and achieve our goals. So at the end of the day, we as future leaders stood out throughout, even though we had a lot of challenges coming here, but we're here. And I just want to say thank you to Dr. Governor and everyone that made my year, because I wouldn't have been here if it was not for Famhealth. And I just want to thank everyone for being with me and supporting me, and I just want to say thank you.
If this past few months was again, he taught me anything. He taught me that we have to get out of our comfort zones in order to succeed. In other words, we have to break through ourselves in order to reach higher levels. He taught me that we have to do more than what is expected and to give back from where we come, as we were tasked with projects to better our schooling environment or communities, and that is something that most of us are still devoted to. He taught me that we have to get up when we struggle and to get down when we are above. He taught me that there is always something within us and deeper potential, and most of us found our potential throughout last year thanks to the Academy. Thanks to the Academy, I see things from a different perspective and learn more on how to solve problems. I learned that teamwork is the best option in terms of building trust, as it fosters community, creativity and learning. And to be honest, we are devoted to it, and I thank you, Mr. Governor. I personally learned that each and every one of us has the ability to make a difference, take a stand and change lives. Thank you.
Good afternoon. So today I just want to say thank you to Famhealth and the team, but most important to Mr. Governor, Dr. Governor, for making us believe that we all have a purpose in life. Thank you to my school. Wow. Thank you to my school who chose me to be part of Famhealth. And today I just want to say thanks again for all the good memories, the good deeds, and that I've learned a lot here at Famhealth. What I learned here was how to be a good person, to embrace yourself, and as well to be a good leader, to always do good and appreciate all the things in life. The 3 key sessions that I learned here was the using the art by community, personal wellness, as well as meaningful relationships. I remember earlier last year, Mr. Paterson sing a song by Day to Dream, and that made me realize that everything can come through if we only put effort in it. Thank you.
But amazing. By each session, I went home with nothing, was with something, and I was never left empty, not once. My 3 key lessons were social media, building meaningful relationships, and the mind a powerful tool. The one that stood out for me was building meaningful relationships. What I took from that lesson was seeds. Try to inspire other people, going out to grow. The Academy has taught me to focus on my future and to think far ahead. I started doing things differently and made me think more like a leader. Famhealth helped me improve in things I was weak in. It helped me focus more, and I have many visions and goals that I set for myself to the Academy. I will forever be grateful for this opportunity and to be part of a wonderful family, friends who became family, and this has been an exciting experience for me, and I'm so grateful for the many opportunities ahead of me. I thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests and fellow leaders. I come before you today filled with gratitude. I stand here feeling blessed and proud. Proud because there are so many things that could have distracted me this year and prevented me from attending this academy, but I made it. I pulled through. As the youth of today, majority of our generation think that making a difference means you must be able to see a difference, or that your difference must be big and known. But being at Famhealth taught us that no matter how small your contribution is, how short your speech might be, if it has at least touched one person, you have made a difference. Famhealth taught us to inspire and aspire, to accept and embrace, to learn and to grow. This program isn't only for the strong, independent, the brave and confident, but rather for those that lack it all, because this is a platform for those people to grow and embrace themselves and to build themselves into being a better person. Being part of this academy required sacrifice, time and effort. It also required us to look at things from a different perspective and always to be open-minded. It allowed our brains to be able to absorb new information and knowledge every week. But I'm not going to lie, making it through this year up to this very point was extremely hard, because knowing that you have other commitments and other obligations to attend, it's all about the commitment and promise you made to yourself. I would like to say thank you for giving us this platform to grow, to learn, and express ourselves in the various sessions that we had. I'd like to end off by saying, you are as human as the rest of us, and each of us is enough. Each one of us has value, and just like the sun cannot dim its light, you shine through it all. Through the dark clouds, and you will feel your worth, you will find your way. I thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Bilal Ben and I'm 17 years old. I'm attending Chapman High School. Firstly, I would want to say I'm proud to be a recipient of the Youth Leadership Academy of 2019. Throughout my Youth Leadership Academy year, I have made a whole lot of friends, which I consider family. I am honored to meet the likes of Dr. Govender and so many others. The top 3 sessions for me throughout this year is, number 1, the journey to becoming a leader by Dr. Govender. I think that this session laid the foundation for me to becoming an inspirational leader. I learned that A leader is not about being cool or popular, it's about making tough decisions for the sake of progress. As we all know, a leader leads by example. A leader has integrity, diligence, and competence. The second most important lesson for me was social media. We all know social media has a huge impact on people's lives. Statistically speaking, 80% of teenagers are addicted to either Facebook, WhatsApp, Twitter, or Insta. Teenagers do not finish their homework or study for exams because they are too busy with taking up their time on social media. However, positive sides of social media is tracking or finding old family members or reconnecting with old friends. The third most important session for me was public speaking. Public speaking is not one of my strongest points. I tend to get nervous like I am now and forget what I was about to say. This session was fundamental for me because I learned to reconstruct my speeches and deliver a clear and sufficient message. Public speaking is a skill which I'm desperately trying to master. I believe all can overcome public speaking by being confident and believing in yourselves. I want to also take this opportunity to thank the lovely parents over here and over there for sending their kids to this wonderful and fantastic program. I wish my fellow youth leadership peers a wonderful and prosperous matric year. I hope you all get appointed as prefects and head prefects. I think that's all from me. Thank you very much.
Teacher and my principal in their absence for choosing me as a leadership learner. Firstly, thank you for the Leadership Academy for giving me this opportunity to say something. This year at the Leadership Academy was really exciting. I learned a lot about my community and things I never thought existed. Then secondly, in one workshop, we watched a clip about an eagle that was amongst chickens and he never knew it was an eagle. For me, it showed me once again to never undermine oneself and use all your potential. Lastly, I would like to say thank you very much to Dr. Governor and his team for giving me this opportunity. Thank you very much.
A lot about this academy. What I learn about is how to become a learner and improve social skills to one another to help each other. Learning to be a learner in community, helping each other in need. Improve of social media, personal wellness, and focus on myself so that I can be in control of being a person. They can help each other. I've learned from these presenters that being available to help each other, to make you feel better about yourself. As a learner, I want to thank everyone, especially Dr. Governor and his team, for their support and for that they're giving me today. Thank you.
Okay, we all asked to make a speech of mine in just over 2 minutes because I wanted to include everything that I enjoyed in life. First, I'm going to start with Sister Chaipa. So when we did a session with her, she had a gift bag, and in those gift bag was different things such as a watch and a plaster. But what I really took out of that was the seeds. Because in life, what you sow, you reap. So you should sow good seeds in everything that you do. You do so that you can reap the goodness that you have sowed. So sow good seeds into relationships and everything that you do. And one more thing I learned from her is that sometimes leaders don't just lead from in front, but you lead from behind. And you only come to the front to protect your followers, and you push those above you. You pull those beneath you, and you hook in those beside you. And another thing was around Mrs. Latifa Bruce. You need to know what you want in life, because every decision you make either leads you towards your success or pulls you away from it. So it's up to you to make the right decision. And one more thing that I enjoyed, I brought it with me. She asked us to make a vision board. So this is the vision board I made last year. I only showed the front part because the back things I still need to achieve. So I came in the top 10 because that's what I was working for, and I was nominated for a prefect. And one thing I didn't yet highlight because I just found out yesterday that I'm going to receive an award for academic success next weekend, Thursday. And least but not last, that's Mr. Bolly Paulson's session I enjoyed, where he said, you can do what you want to, but you can be what you want to be if you dare to dream. You can lead yourself into your dreams that you can dream, but don't become a dreamer. Thank you.
I'm glad to see that majority of us made it to graduation, even though last year was a hectic year for all of us, grade 11. I'm glad that I was surrounded by amazing people like Dr. Governor, all the guest speakers that we had throughout the year, and everyone at the Youth Leadership Academy. I definitely needed the support, skills, and good qualities. Being in this program has not only made me a good leader, but it also gave me confidence. I'm really not good at public speaking like this. It's very hard for me, but I'm trying to come out of my shell and maybe improving those areas. I definitely will be using the qualities in my everyday life, and it's all thanks to the Youth Leadership Academy. And thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. It was an honor being a part of this. Thank you.
First of all, I want to say thank you to Mr. Governor and my teachers, Mr. Peterson, and all the teachers around here. I'd just like to say that it's been a great year. I know I haven't been around. I had a car accident. Well, I got hit by a car in July, and then in December I also went to a ritual, so I couldn't attend properly. So yeah. But yeah, 3 things that I've taken so far, I would say, is to build one another together as family. Every time that we arrive here, we just talk together, communicate, and we do things together, happy. And yeah, I missed the outing, or I wish I was part of that one, but yeah, I couldn't. And yeah, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone that has put everything this together. I've never been to a ceremony like this ever, and this is my first time. So yeah, I just like to thank everyone. Thank you.
Like Sisipo said, I've also heard of this speech thingy today. So my speech is very short. I'd like to thank all of my facilitators for using their time to come and give us the useful lessons throughout the year 2019. I'd also like to thank my teachers, Ma'am Modley and Ma'am Smith, for appointing me as one of the students that are suitable for attending these lessons. I've learned a lot from my facilitators I learned a lot from what my facilitators taught me. They gave me reciprocals about life and also inspired me to explore life in many positive ways. And lastly, I'd like to say a huge thank you to Dr. Governor for wanting to help us so that we can become better people in life, and also to consider helping others. Thank you very much.
1, 2, 1, 2. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sisi Bobanga, as Dr. Governor said, and I attend Westville Secondary School. I won't be long since it's going to take 2 minutes. I would like to thank, firstly, the teachers for choosing me and the other Bologian learners to be part of this program, part of this foundation built by Dr. Governor. And I would also like to thank Dr. Governor for creating Famhealth because it sort of builds us learners to be leaders in the future, because all of us aspire to be leaders, and we need a helping hand from everyone, because a leader is not made, it's built by the people who are already leaders. So I was told that we were supposed to make a speech, And in the speech, we are supposed to choose 3 sessions that had an impact in our lives. And to be honest, I've only heard of this right now today. Thanks to my nephew, he didn't tell me at school. But I managed to narrow it down to 3 sessions. And those 3 sessions are gender and sexuality, social media, and oh, I forgot the last one. But I chose gender and sexuality because it is important for a person, no matter which gender, to choose which sexuality he wants to explore. Because if you are not happy with your sexuality, you have the right to change it, no matter how people judge you. Because you should not judge a person by the character, but rather by, you shouldn't judge a person by their character, rather by who they are, rather by their, you shouldn't judge a character by their sexuality. You should, one last time.
We get you.
You shouldn't judge a person by their sexuality, rather than by their character, what they stand for, not by their sexuality. I also chose social media because I think all of us here as the YLA graduates are on social media, whether it be Twitter, WhatsApp, or Facebook, because it plays an important role in our lives, especially now that we are in high school, because the time we spend on social media may affect the time we should spend studying. But I'm not saying we should stop using social media, rather we should limit our time, because as much as you want to succeed academically, you should also look out for your social life, because it doesn't matter how good you are in school, as long as you don't have friends because of your social disadvantages, you wouldn't be happy, because you wouldn't have friends to share your success with. Lastly, I would like to say thank you for being part of this through the start of the year, and I hope that Dr. Gavin will continue building up the future learners who will attend these sessions this year, next year, and every other year, so that they can also aspire to be leaders just like we have, and also learn a lot from people like Dr. Gavin, and all the special guests that came here and taught us about the different aspects towards being a leader. Thank you.